Hey guys, how are ya? I'm Jay, and today we're gonna look at a damn handsome Tuyaknife Talisman. So let's talk about some of the features first, then we will get into what I like about this knife, some of the potential deal breakers, and now make sure guys that you stick around till the end because I will display the full specs for you on the screen. This is the Tuyaknife Talisman, which is it's a manual action frame lock with a blade that is riding on ceramic ball bearings. Deployment, as you can see, is accomplished with just the flipper tab that you see here. Now there is a stop pin, however you're not going to be able to see it because it is an internal one. The blade is about 3.5 inches long, 3.75 millimeters thick, and that is going to be AUS 10 blade steel. The handle, 4.75 inches with a thickness, brace yourselves for this guys, it is over a ½ inch at 0.67. Yep. The closed width, so how much room this guy is going to take up in your pocket, is only going to be about 1.26 inches. Now if we flip this over, you can see it is for the most part open construction with just the little G10 backspacer that you see there. Let me go ahead and grab the scale guys so we can see how much this is going to weigh you down. Now before we hoist her up on the scale, I just want to show you guys that this is not skeletonized, not even a little bit. You guys ready for this? Yep, that's going to be 6.4 ounces. So roughly the equivalent of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 8 AA batteries. And yep, it's even, so that's a little heavier than the ZT-0456. Now before I bring out some other knives, so you guys can get an idea of the size of the Talisman, I just wanted to show you this, just to put that handle thickness into perspective. So if you take a cold steel code 4 and American Lawman, you put them side by side, and I measured them with the calipers, 0.76. And that's two knives. 0.67. I know. So let's bring out first, we're going to start with the Spyderco PM2. How about, let's do another Spyderco. The Endura 4. And you know what the heck, while I have those two knives out, cold steel American Lawman and the code 4. Now here's what I really like about the Tuyaknife Talisman. God, do I love that name. I really wish they would just drop off the knife part and just Tuya Talisman. The blade, let's start with the blade. I just love this blade shape, which is, it's a flat ground drop point with a really nice stonewash finish. And you look at these G10 overlays, and yes, they are concave. Let me see if I can kind of get this on camera for you guys to see. So yeah, it kind of dips in the middle there, and when the light hits these scales just right, it kind of, the shadows create a really cool effect. Body screws, only 2 of them. Well done. Now, most of the blade, I like that it is concealed within the handle when it's closed. I also like when see the blade tang here, when it's flush with the scales, kind of like the Spyderco Paramilitary 2. You see that? I really appreciate that. Now the deployment action is really good, and that is going to be, well, primarily because of the ball bearing pivot and the very strong detent, unable to shake that open. The flipper works really good. centering is perfect. Now, once the blade is deployed, it's locking up. It looks like, what do you guys think, about 35%? And I really, really love the thickness of this blade at 3.75 millimeters. Now, so, I mean, it makes it, once you get up into like the 4 millimeter range, I mean, that's gonna be a knife that probably cuts as well as a spork. So 3.5 to 3.75 millimeter is right in my wheelhouse. Now, because this is such a chunky knife, it really provides a very comfortable kind of hand-filling grip. And you can see I wear medium-sized gloves, able to fit all my fingers on there, no problem. These G10 overlays, they do provide some really, really good traction. The jimping on here isn't bad, and it appears on the blade spine, see right there, and then again, where was the second spot? Oh yeah, on the flipper tab. They did go ahead and give us a quite large sharpening choil. Now, of course, guys, unfortunately, we have to talk about some of the potential deal breakers. And the first potential deal breaker is going to be, well, the closing action. Yeah, that requires quite a bit of shake and bake. I mean, the action should be, it really should be a lot better with a ball bearing pivot. I mean, this is a big, heavy blade, and it should just kind of fall shut, yet it does not here. Now, I know we talked about the handle a little bit, and yes, it is thick, but it also feels really thick as well. Balance is just a little bit off, making the Talisman a little handle heavy. I really wish they would have just kind of committed either way with this choil, because it's a gigantic sharpening choil, and it's a hair too small to be a forward finger choil. I wish they would have just went ahead and just made this a finger choil. The clip, it's going to be tip up, and that is for, yep, just righties only. And as you can see, it is far from being a deep carry clip. Now, I did try to disassemble this knife to see if I could separate the G10 overlays from the stainless steel scales. While I was able to finally get this apart, now these two body screws on the show side, they will not tighten, they will not loosen, they just spin. So that, you know, can just be kind of showing maybe the quality of this knife. Now, what is the deal with this pivot screw? I was able to, you know, if you just use a really small flathead, you're able to unscrew this, but come on, guys. I mean, what? I know you're trying to kind of maybe set yourself apart from other manufacturers, but really a T8 would have worked just fine here. The weight, 6.4 ounces. Granted, no, it's not a ridiculous amount of weight, but it's a lot here for this knife. It really is. And the last potential deal breaker being the price. 70 bucks. Yep. This thing cost 70 bucks. So that is as much as the Endura 4, and it's going to be $10 less than the Kershaw Link in M390 blade steel. So think about that. So needless to say, guys, there is going to be no recommendation from me today with the Talisman. And I really, it's really a shame, because I love the overall design. The classic traditional drop point, the thickness, the color of the G10 overlays. It really is such a good looking knife. And now I normally could care less about the box, but it's really actually quite nice. Let me show you guys. Hold on, let's get that out of here. So presentation is really, really, really nice. Yeah, it's got magnetic closure, and they even give you a good sized polishing cloth. But you know what? You don't buy a knife for the box or for the cloth. So you know what? They could have shipped this without the rag and in some recycled kind of cardboard material box with absolutely no writing on it, and then spend that money that you saved there with maybe, I don't know, how about lightening the knife up just a little bit, or upping the blade steel a little bit from AUS 10. So an AUS 10 blade that weighs 6.4 ounces and costs $70, you can do way, way better than this. So that's it, guys. And you know what? Don't go anywhere. I'm about to show you the full specs on the screen. And remember, guys, click on that subscribe button if you're looking for knife reviews that get right to the point. Thanks, you guys, and I will see you at the next video. You guys take care. See ya.